President Donald Trump on Tuesday will exhibit a dream of U.S. engagement with the world in a lady deliver to the United Nations that assistance said will be reliable with the country's qualities and conventions, however won't concentrate on propelling popular government abroad. This division of a U.S. pioneer vowing to shape worldwide conditions to guarantee America's flourishing and security without expressly advancing its lifestyle is relied upon to recognize Trump's discourse from those of his White House progenitors. The president's patriot motivation has prompted far-reaching nervousness among the U.S. partners and accomplices who have accumulated here this week among the more than 150 remote appointments at the 72nd UN General Assembly. In the midst of mounting worldwide difficulties, remote pioneers are painstakingly watching Trump's minute on the world stage for signals about his ability to keep up the United States' customary position of authority. Despite the fact that Trump battled on a strategy of putting America first and talked contemptuously of worldwide bodies, for example, the United Nations and NATO, he has offered a provisional hold on two of them as he tries to rally universal help to go up against destabilizing dangers from North Korea, Iran and the Islamic State. Trump started a few days of tact at the United Nations with a session Monday dedicated to transforming the organization, a topic amid his pariah presidential crusade and a key request of some of his moderate supporters. The emphasis on decreasing organization loaned a basic tone to Trump's presentation. To sum things up, introductory statements, he said the United Nations had not satisfied its charging upon its creation in 1945, attesting that it experienced an enlarged organization and bungle. Trump asked his kindred pioneers to make changes when for changing nothing new, however swore that his organization would be accomplices in your work. Make the United Nations extraordinary, the president informed correspondents when asked regarding his message this week, riffing off his battle trademark. Not once more. Make the United Nations extraordinary. Such enormous potential, and I think we'll have the capacity. White House helpers said the address would be predictable with Trump's outside approach talks this year in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, where he tested different countries to accomplish more in the worldwide battle against psychological warfare, and in Warsaw, where he cautioned that Western development was under assault. President Barack Obama utilized his last UN deliver a year ago to encourage his companions to keep on embracing the multilateral participation that had denoted the post-World War II period, and to caution of a worldwide withdrawal into tribalism and building dividers, a certain reference to Trump a long time before the 2016 presidential decision. Trump crusaded on a vow to fabricate a divider on the U.S. Mexico outskirt and to diminish movement. In the tremendous UN chambers, Trump will give an unmistakable peered-toward perspective of the difficulties confronting the global group and offer a way that depends on results, not philosophy, said a senior organization official, who talked on the state of namelessness to review the president's discourse. Trump, as he has sometime recently, expects to stress the requirement for different countries to take up a greater amount of the weight of accommodating their own particular thriving and security, as opposed to depending on the United States. It's a mutual hazard, the organization official said. Countries can't be spectators to history. The assistant included that Trump will discuss the need to move in the direction of shared objectives. Be that as it may, he won't disclose to them how to live. He won't reveal to them what arrangement of government to have. He will solicit nations to regard the sway from different countries. That is the method of reasoning for the premise of participation. Remote pioneers have looked to impact Trump this week on a scope of issues. Trump's initially meeting with a world pioneer here was with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, a decision intended to underscore the U.S. sense of duty regarding Israel and disappointment at what U.S. authorities see as foundational hostile to Israel inclination at the United Nations. It was likewise a gesture to the open inquiry of U.S. investment in the U.N. upheld atomic manage Iran, a standout amongst the most problems that are begging to be addressed hanging over the session this year. Netanyahu, who will likewise address the social event Tuesday, contradicts the global arrangement and campaigned hard against it amid the Obama organization. When we take a gander at the ascension, we have reservations, Israel's UN envoy, Danny Dinton, said in a meeting. We ought not be the person who will instruct our partners and how to do, however we have some hand-on involvement. Trump, whose organization confronts an October 15 due date to affirm whether Tehran has conformed to the understanding, said a week ago that Iran had damaged the soul of the arrangement by supporting psychological oppression in the Middle East. An announcement that Iran is not going along would set off a congressional survey of whether to reimpose some U.S. sanctions, which could sunder the arrangement. The president trusts the arrangement is profoundly defective, said Brian Hook, a State Department official who went with Trump in his gatherings with outside pioneers Monday. Trump told his outside partners what he supposes are the inadequacies, Hook said. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani, who will address the United Nations on Wednesday, disclosed to CNN that the U.S. withdrawal would hurt American validity. Leaving such an understanding would convey a high cost, Rouhani said. The White House said Trump talked by telephone Monday with Chinese President Xi Jinping, who is not going to the UN gatherings, to examine North Korea's endeavors to destabilize Northeast Asia with its atomic weapons and ballistic rockets. In front of the gatherings, UN Representative Nikki Haley praised the United Nations for a couple of late votes to authorize extreme monetary approvals against North Korea over its atomic and ballistic rocket programs. The assents look to slice off oil imports to the administration of Kim Jong-un, who Trump as of late named Rocket Man, and square fares from the nation. In another two-sided session Monday, French President Emmanuel Macron squeezed Trump to keep the United States in the Paris Atmosphere Accord. Trump, who disclosed to him the arrangement forced severe administrative weights on American organizations, has pledged to pull back the United States from the ascension at the most punctual open door, in 2020. There is a stressing corruption of the world condition, French Foreign Minister Jean-Yves Le Drian said at a news meeting. Without saying Trump by name, Le Drian regretted an expanding breakdown of global collaboration and withdrawal out of dread or narrow-mindedness. However, as Trump sat down with Macron, he pondered affectionately his official outing to Paris in July to watch a Bastille Day military parade down the Champs-Élysées. This, the president ruminated, would be an import from abroad that has his help. It was a gigantic thing, Trump said. What's more, to a vast degree, on account of what I saw, we may accomplish something to that effect on July 4 in Washington, down Pennsylvania Avenue. We will need to attempt and best it.